By the way, we'll be doing a speed run with every single cutscene of the game and optimal gameplay, because apparently a lot of people have been having trouble with this game. So, we'll show it on off for you. As well, I'll show off the recap of events from Tormented Fathers, because that will allow you to kind of fully understand the intro. Anyway, enjoy. I will still be here, and I'll be explaining things as we go, but I'll try to be quiet during the cutscenes.
From the beginning.
Looks good? It is good. This is a really good game in all honesty, outside of the gameplay. It just releases a buggy mess.
A mysterious woman, who introduces herself as Dr. Reed Rosemary, visits the villa of the old notary, Richard Felton, whom suffers from a strange disease. He is assisted by his personal nurse, Gloria Ashman. After a brief and fruitless conversation, Reed is exposed as an imposter. She has come to the villa to find out what really happened to Felton's missing adopted daughter, Celeste. After being thrown out and refusing to give up, Reed hides until nightfall and sneaks back into the villa to search for clues. As Reed explores the villa, she soon finds herself in the center of her worst nightmare. Richard Felton has killed his wife, Ariana Gallo, and has lost his sanity.
I should also mention I have all cutscenes of this as well coming up. I did it on Monday.
Reed eventually reaches the attic, where a mysterious girl who claims to be called Jennifer is found looming in the shadows. Reed eventually discovers that Richard Felton and the Jennifer in the attic are actually the same person. Richard Felton was born as a woman, but was then forced by her cruel father to live as a man. Phenoxyl, a drug created by Felton, the Ashmans, and Professor Wyman on the Rosagallo farms, was created from a rare breed of parasitic moths to repress and erase traumatic memories. It is revealed that the drug was tested on Felton and the nuns of the nearby convent. The drug caused terrible side effects: hallucinations, severe light sensitivity, and homicidal rage. As Reed was escaping Jennifer, Gloria returns to the villa and offers to help Reed. Gloria
the moth powers come from that.
Upon awakening, she finds Gloria forcing Felton to cut out his own tongue and burn himself to death.
Thanks, Farinita.
Gloria reveals that she is the Red Nun, the sole survivor of the fire at the convent,
Thank
which
you.
was started to cover up the Phenoxyl experiments. Gloria had been hypnotizing Felton for revenge. After a frantic confrontation, Reed manages to escape Gloria's murderous rage. Just before Gloria passes, she reveals that Celeste is still alive, and that she had fled the Felton villa years ago. Reed must continue her search for unanswered questions. If Gloria
The summary
was the
video is a
daughter
good
of
example.
Felton's associates, the Ashmans, why was she used as a guinea pig for experiments in the convent? Who were the Feltons protecting their daughter from? What happened to Celeste Felton?
They did save her. So that's Remothered Tormented Fathers, which is the first game. I'll be doing now the second game, and it's going to be both a prequel and a sequel. Also, someone said Rosemary Reed looks like Jodie Foster. She was meant to. That and a bunch of other 90s strong female protagonists. Also, this timer's going to be red a lot of the time because I'm watching cutscenes I don't normally. Yes, we're getting answers to all those questions, Aknaz, in due time. We're doing all cutscenes for a reason. So don't you worry, we'll answer all of those questions by the end of this, or at least hope to. Which the questions are what happened to Celeste, what happened to Gloria, and what was the other one? We'll go for them all.
Post-traumatic stress disorder. We have the solution to your problem. Phenoxyl. It isolates and removes your torment, be it an old traumatic event or a bad memory. Say goodbye to restless nights and constant churning over it.
I'm just wondering why it looks like the Jetsons, though, at least in the first image. Maybe I just think of the Jetsons whenever it comes to old school cartoons.
Monsters. Fucking monsters.
Alright. So, this is our current main character who we're going to be playing as for most of this game. I'm going to say this is Jennifer. For the intro of the game, you really don't have to do all that much. It's kind of just like a tutorial to kind of get you running around, learning what to do. You kind of break the game being all stupid. But really, you just have to wait. So enjoy the bottom here.
There would be no separation between pre and post-trauma. The memories would wander autonomously in search for answers, or a common ground. Fractured by spells of amnesia, hallucinations, and emotional swings. Two
We're gonna be looking into
opposing
that.
perceptions would coexist, overlapping and threatening one another, to the detriment of the one truth
It's on the TV's fist.
now shattered, the so-called porcelain memory.
So whenever you see here the word porcelain memory, you just run up to this thing, and then you can summon in porcelain. This is gonna be one of the main villains of the game. You can try shooting at him. Ideally, the goal here is to die as quickly as possible, because this is not really what you think it is. Which you'll see in one moment here. A lot of people have been complaining so far that, oh, you have to die in the intro. It's a dream sequence, so. Like, in 20 years, it'll be a cult game, probably. If they fix all the bugs, this game actually has a really good story and really good core. It's just they released it on such a shitty, like, you know, everything, that any criticism this game has gotten is entirely valid and well-deserved. Like, this game getting critiqued is very valid, and I'm happy it got critiqued, because they've been fixing things already. Like, from what I've played from yesterday, or it's the previous day, I was trying to say any percent, because I didn't want to make new splits. I'm just using the same ones I had.
And are you really suggesting
So,
that all this time,
this is going to be red for a lot of the
these
time.
people kept these experiments synthesizing this parasite? The moths that were carried out on the nuns at the plantation a secret, making them intentionally ill as if they were lab rats? Just for this drug?
The phenoxyl, the farm, the moths, the hypnosis, and all those deep and dark family secrets. Family secrets are very dangerous. The most dangerous of any kind. The only way to survive was burying them so far down inside ourselves. And to move on. Richard Felton, Oriana Gallo,
It is not
Professor
Oculus. Phenoxyl is
Wyman.
not a real drug.
the Ashman sons, Stefano and Gloria Ashman. They all made a choice. And so did I.
I should mention that these sections are the modern day. So this is current
For 49
aged
years.
character here.
I left a part of me behind at that time.
A lot of the game will be playing in both
I did
flashbacks
everything they asked of me.
and reality. And also
Yet.
other flashbacks.
But one day,
There's
that
3
missing
time
puzzle
periods, so
piece
just keep that in mind.
resurfaced.
This is old.
Like
We'll call this an
dirt
old.
stuck beneath
We'll
your
call one
fingernails.
adult. We'll call one teenager.
It is
Sound good?
there and always
That's a
has
good way of
been.
identifying the 3 time frames.
Sometimes it is a song, a lullaby, or a certain item. But for me, that missing puzzle piece
Thanks, Dark
was
Sky.
a special person,
All cutscenes too.
a lonely one, just like me.
And there's going to be a lot of them. Actually, I'm kind of curious on how much cutscene there is in comparison to actual game. 'Cause I'm genuinely curious on... Because the speedrun right now is about a 49:06. Me being the current world record holder as of the timing of this, 10:15. But I'm kind of wondering how much cutscene there is in comparison to actual gameplay.
Yes. Hello? Who is this? Ashman?
And Sneak? Earlier I had Blue Raspberry. Or I know I had Stealth earlier.
Shall I let her in?
So Ashman was from the first game, or his family lineage was. So keep that in mind.
Go on. Sit down. You know why you're here, young lady, don't you?
There we go.
I am willing to turn a blind eye to the money and the cigarettes. Don't be fooled into thinking that I don't know about them. But for everything else, I refuse to do so. This is not a tourist resort, nor a playground. Breaking an entry, larceny. What plans did you have for that gun? For God's sake, Jennifer, tell me.
I don't know anymore.
It seems you are a magnet for trouble. From what I'm reading, you caused a lot of hassle, especially at the Flemington Girls Institute. Other girls similar to you ended up straight in juvie. Did you know that?
All I can do is apologize. I can assure you.
This game has a
I'm never
weird way of
intending-
making cutscenes be like
Young lady,
movable,
what
so
are
I can
you
move
running
this.
away from? You are safe here.
But I can also
You can
skip
talk to me
this.
about it.
Ah yes.
I'm
Ah yes,
serious.
Nordson.
Very well. We will have to talk about this again. Considering what has happened, I have made arrangements to give you new chores. You will help Eliza in the kitchen.
But sir,
You will do your best.
I've always done my best here.
I seriously doubt that. When you become of age, you will do as you wish and as you see fit. But until then, you are under my care and you will do as I say.
It ebbs and flows with how it goes. Like, it cutting to that, by the way, means this could have totally just been a normal cutscene. I don't know why they made it at all movable, but game's got a game.
By the way, Lindsay will no longer be a problem for
I should mention as well that different parts of the game are happening at different portions. Keep that in
you. She
mind.
insisted that I send you elsewhere. Instead, I have organized to have her transferred to another facility. They will be coming to collect her next week. You may leave.
We're gonna talk about this later, because this is like the beginning, but also not the beginning. This game's gonna have a lot of
The
flashbacks,
bathroom in
which
room
you'll be able
number
to see.
212 has to be cleaned. Oh, and don't forget that you'll be helping Elisa in the kitchen after lunch.
Okay.
You've really
Also,
done it
broken
this
arm.
time. Make sure that the two of you don't get him agitated after his parents' death. Mr. Ashman Jr. did everything by himself here.
What happened to them?
Dead, my dear. Like all those who grow old. And I'm sure the mourning sped up the process.
Mourning?
For the nearby convent. Have you seriously not heard of it? The convent just went up in flames one day. Even this building was partly damaged. A dozen nuns died in that fire. Mr. Ashman's sister, Gloria, being one of them.
That's terrible.
They had contracted some sort of disease. They practically went blind. They had gone mad. And that Dr. Wyman? Sure as hell didn't help them. Poor girl. She was locked up in there by her own parents.
Why?
Hi, Jen. Oh, Andrea. I'll start with room 213.
There we go. This
Did
just
Mr. Ashman have something to do with
sometimes
this?
the game is a bit weird.
Lower your voice! You'll get us thrown out of here. It seems that Mr. Ashman had the bad habit of touching his little sister.
Oh, God.
Obviously, the parents didn't like this at all. So they sent him to a family relative in the north and his sister Gloria to the convent. If it were me, I would have done the opposite. For him, the arrangement only lasted a few months. For her, instead, well, that's another story entirely. He had always been Mommy and Daddy's sweetheart.
Alright, any questions so far? Anyone? I need more water. Higher arm break? We'll learn that later, so I don't exactly want to say it now. What is Lord of the Cast? We learn that later, and it's technically spoilerific, and we'll learn as we go. Who is the woman? Maybe I should wait till we watch the cutscenes that kind of answer these. Why is the protagonist the only one with an English accent? Actually, that's a good question. Voice acting. I actually don't know why they went that direction.
Fucking hell, then you scared me!
I'm sorry.
Ever heard of knocking?
No way. It is so last year. Everything okay with Ashman?
Of course. Fantastic. Never better.
Which engine is this? I actually don't know.
Great.
I thought it was Unity, but I could be wrong.
He got angry, didn't he?
Why would you care, Lynn?
There's a lot of pieces of shit in the series and game.
Was just asking.
This is Lynn, by the
What?
way. Lindsay from
None of your
earlier.
business.
Lynn, also known as
Talking about?
Lindsay.
You can't be upset with me forever.
I'm trying not to be, but my arm keeps
I'm
reminding
doing alright, by the
me.
way, to Money Honey. I just saw that one.
I didn't mean to.
Also, which woman
It's
Aknaz?
An accident.
We have Jennifer and
Do you
Lynn
have
right
any
here.
idea how
Jennifer's the one with the
guilty I feel?
ponytail. Lynn's the one with the bob.
Then please. I feel
This
so
one.
shit about it. I didn't want it to get to this point.
I already know it all. Ashman told me everything.
What are you talking about?
I'll kind
You
of inform
suggested
more then.
that I be transferred elsewhere. Is that what you wanted?
You're really a bitch sometimes.
A bitch who let herself be fooled. But no, in the end, you withdrew yourself. You didn't want to get in trouble.
I didn't want to get in trouble. Well said. You think we would have gotten away with it, right?
Go away, Lynn.
Yeah, Jimmy boy.
Leave me alone.
No! You're going to let me speak.
Go away!
Also, the bigger woman who walked into the room, that is Andrea, or Andrea.
Door! The door! Fuck you, Lynn! Fuck you!
You were just
How's it
wrong.
going, Seth?
I thought we knew each other, but I was wrong.
I should mention, this
Away.
chronologically happens later. This isn't the beginning of the series, the beginning of the story. This is technically a hint to future events, so keep that in mind.
My God, I have to leave this place at once.
Alright, now we get back to gameplay.
Lynn? What does it mean?
So,
This is a joke. I don't like it at all, Lynn.
there's been a note left here saying go away. Hi, Seth. I hope you're enjoying the
Locked?
cup of tea.
This door has never been locked before.
Yeah, this game is a real hit or miss sometimes. I'm glad they've patched out some of the stuff, but it's getting there. Never seen or heard of Lucius. How's it going, by the way? Kiss my ash. Hope you're doing good.
It's time to eat.
Who is that tray for? Who are you talking to? What the hell does...
Failed test, uncontrollable acherontia proliferation. It was eating it alive.
What the fuck? What the hell did they do to you?
You know they used to call him Wyman once upon a time.
You're hurting me!
Thank you, Anchi.
It's
I'm good to hear Kiss my ash.
part of the same thing.
So, this is the first villain of the game. This is Andrea. Andrea is currently being hypnotized. We don't know by what, but this is not her usual self. It should also be mentioned that her weapon is a homage to the Clock Tower series, as is this whole game in a sense. You can easily tell this by the scissors in hand. It's very nice to tell. No, that was not lobster. That was a bird. In order to pass her, we just kind of hide in this closet, because this closet's going to be much quicker. And for actual tech, it's really easy to just kind of break the game. We just kind of ignore her. We run. It's very fast by comparison. The whole goal right now is we need to go to the laundry room to get a phone key. Everything we're going to be doing is for a purpose, and the speedrun's actually really well routed now. The speedrun got way better in the span of a couple days. This is literally day 2, and we're hitting amazing times. Anyway, we go to the laundry room, and the power is having issues.
What happened?
And as well,
It's Andrea. Fuck.
we're going to have to deal with
What the hell is
Andrea.
going on with you, Andrea?
Did she even see me? It doesn't matter if she does. She didn't see us in the closet. We passed the panic event. There's panic mini-games in this game that are going to be like, oh, if you fail this, they're going to pull you out. Yeah, Saber. I'll have a VOD of this on YouTube probably later tonight, if I had to take a while to guess. And then this will kind of be up for all... I guess maybe not tonight. Yeah, maybe tonight. Might do another twofer. Either way, in here, you're supposed to check on it, and then you'll be getting our first progression item. We can just actually just run up to it.
It's all their fault.
How's it going, Professor? Yeah, it's been good, Tali. So the phone is currently padlocked. This from your mother? Yep, brand new. Can you get a link to YouTube? Exclamation mark YouTube will bring that up. You can see the power has gone on as well. So, this is actually a really easy section. She's going to be locking the door on us. Luckily for us, though, we just have to run up to this and hide inside. This is kind of like a tutorial section on, I guess earlier was too. But this is supposed to be like the real, like, oh, you need to hide and get out of the way. But luckily for us, if you just duck into this locker, she won't find you. And when she heads back to the center washing machines right there in the middle, you're done. You can leave this section. However, while I'm here, I'll be gathering some stuff. But we do need for her to go there. It can be a bit rougher on RNG, but we're all good, see? You'll see she's closing the door and all that. Also, once I get to a certain point, I'm going to start crouching. I don't want to sprint too much because noise does affect the stalkers in this game. And even though we can do a lot to abuse the stalkers, we still do need to be careful of them. You can also see I'm gathering resources. A lot of these will be coming in handy later. Now, fun fact. This gets a lot of people stuck. Do not crouch sprint in this room. There's the regular crouch and the crouch sprint. The crouch sprint will be a thing that will alert the birds. Also, right now, there are instructions on the phone on how to call rooms. I'm calling room 213 because that's going to allow Andrea to unlock it. As well, I'm making a stronger ceramic cup just because it's nice. You also don't want to be sprinting this room at all or else she'll immediately be alerted. Normally, you'd have to, like, you know, hide and be careful. But since collision's been fixed in this game now, it's kind of nice. We can just, once she unlocks the door and enters the room, I can just bolt in there and take what I need. You'll kind of see it's pretty funny.
This is not funny.
Like so. Her throwing us is also kind of funny, too. Getting thrown is slightly better RNG. Normally they'll throw you if you're like stuck in a corner, just to be fair. It can get annoying sometimes, but it's better than getting infinite comboed. Anyway, we go to that room because we want to grab the electrical cable. From that, we're going to be then going down over here to go back to the electrical. By doing this, we're going to be able to repair the electricity and get the power back online. Meaning we can then do the next part of this puzzle.
Yes, yes, please. Yes, I did it.
So it's important to note if you're wondering direction-wise how we're doing this, where we're going. Also, she usually pops from there. I like waiting. You can also taunt her to make her go slightly faster, but it doesn't make much of a difference. There is a point in this game where you would be going to the safe and you would have to call the number on the phone to get the safe code. However, it's predetermined every time, so once the power is back on, you can just 3, 2, 1, 4. By typing that in, safe will always open, and then you take the keys, for which then we'll be entering the next section. Once you're on the patio, it's a bit free. By the way, if you want to have a fun death, you can vault off the edge and you will actually die. It's supposed to be there for comedy, but it comes off as really weird. So, we've now entered the scripted chase portion of this patio. The patio, for the most part, has a weird thing. Yeah, let's get that cutscene off of our window. I don't know that one. Good to know. This is kind of just a scripted event to where she's going to be chasing you, and then you need to quickly get this moved over. You don't want to take this at a weird angle because you can actually bug it out, and that's very bad.
I can do it. I can do it.
Not bad. Good to know. Good to know. So, we're actually hitting the first boss in one moment here. The first boss of the game, take a wild guess who it might be. I'll give you a hint. It may be a woman with scissors.
What are all these cages? Felton? Gallo?
So you're kind of learning more about the Feltons from the last game in the Rosso Gallo farm.
I saw it.
What's going on, kids? Mommy is coming.
Andrea.
Also, there's a glitch you can do with this where you can just get here earlier. And if you manage it, it saves you a bit of time. Ah, yes, this is wrong. Is this a sequel? It is a sequel, yes. It is called Remothered 2, also known as Broken Porcelain Galleon. And what this game serves as is the overarching story continuing for Rosemary Reed and for Celeste Felton, who is the daughter of Richard Felton in the first game. So the goal right now is to be getting Andrea's keys and... well, we'll see if we can get them. Also, Andrea is the world's greatest sleeper, because she just fucking plops her ass into this chair and she immediately passes out. Like, dude, when I go to bed, I'm twisting and turning for like 30 minutes. Meanwhile, Andrea immediately passes out upon the first sign of a cozy chair. I give her props, dude. I give her a lot of props, you know? Anyway, you can take a wild guess what is actually going to happen if you're well versed in horror games.
Not quite, young lady. What do you want? Come get it.
So, we're beginning the very first boss fight in the game. This is the boss fight with Andrea. The way this is going to work is it's actually really easy. Just get a cup, toss it at her. While she's stunned, you can go behind her and stab her. It's supposed to be a trilogy, yes, and we'll talk about where the final game of the series is going after this. While she's passing out, I'm actually going to be grabbing a cup and scissors from this, because the current state of this game, we are going to be having 2 stabs for Andrea. It used to be 4, but it got nerfed recently, according to the updates, because people kept complaining how hard this fight was. So this way, she's now dead. And it's a really easy fight when you get the hang of it. We get the keys, and then we can just leave. And that was actually a really good fight. I golded that fight somehow. Okay, cool. Yep. So, Wyman has knocked us out. That was Wyman, also known as Porcelain, who we'll learn more about later, but Andrea's section, or Andrea's, is all done. We'll now be entering new uncharted territory, some years later. Keep in mind, this game has a chronological time they'll try to tell you how it goes. This happens after the events of Remothered Tormented Fathers.
The body of 38-year-old Gloria Ashman was also found at the scene. She was his personal assistant and a former nun at the Cristo Morente convent. Her body was
This is Rosemary Reed from the first game, if you do not recognize her.
Window, apparently following a heated argument. The neighbors claim to have spotted a distinctive woman lurking around the area, having parked a white van nearby.
And this kind of goes to what Rosemary found in the bag from the first game. She found a
February 8th, 1971.
missing child poster.
Celeste Felton, 13 years old. Beloved adopted daughter of Richard Felton and Ariana Gallo. You ran away from home, isn't that so? Why did you end up in this godforsaken place? Assigned by Flemington Institute to the Foster Home and Work Project at the Ashman Inn, 1973. Jennifer, just over 2 years older. Unknown parents. It's you, isn't it? Celeste Felton.
Miss, Mr. Ashman is waiting for you.
Mr. Ashton, by the way, was the guy at the beginning of the game who was scolding Jennifer for larceny. Little bit of A, little bit of B galleon. A lot of people who worked on this worked on the original Clock Tower, mainly because a lot of people worked on this, worked on Nightcry, and those people worked on the original Clock Tower. So it's kind of a true spiritual successor that comes after Nightcry. Although Nightcry isn't related, but a lot of people who worked on Nightcry worked on this. And this game is called Remothered because I am assuming the idea of, well, what's the word? Other mothers.
Do you remember me?
I'll never forget a face. Maybe because I don't have one anymore.
So like I mentioned, this is the Mr. Ashton from earlier, the one who touched his sister Gloria, and also the one who, the scolding Jennifer at the beginning of the game. Also, I didn't touch the camera at all, it just kind of focuses on her tits innately, so you can enjoy this nice angle. Or we can actually pay attention to the conversation. Which one? How about a little bit of both? We'll go above tits, and you can also have the angle. There you go.
That she is to be a housekeeper at this hotel.
There you go, you can have that one.
Celeste Felton and the girl in the photo are the same person.
This is adulthood. This is right after the events of Remothered Tormented Fathers.
That girl was simply an orphan, a homeless nobody. And so I decided to take custody of her.
And she just so happened to be the adopted
How's it going, Johnny
daughter of
Aki
the
and
former
House
hated
Keys?
business partner Felton by pure coincidence.
Max cleavage, she's very thick.
So, you're saying that besides synthesizing pharmaceutical drugs and spreading diseases, Mr. Felton and yourself were all dedicated to helping homeless minors?
Looks younger somehow. They changed her a bit, but this is supposed to be after Remothered.
Because the disease never existed.
She's very horny on Mainock, yes.
And the moths?
It's not quite any good? No, but it's funny. And it's also a true Clock Tower spiritual successor, because it was made by the original Clock Tower creators. Hifumi Kono, mainly.
Woken up at last.
Hey, calm down.
I barely touched her.
Bad dream.
We're now back to where we were right when we beat Andrea in the boss fight.
I found you at the bottom of the stairs. You hit your head and lost a lot of blood.
It was as if you were dead, Jen.
Andrea went crazy.
You must eat or drink something, young lady.
She wanted to kill me.
I like how I golded this run.
That's not possible, Jennifer. Andrea was with me.
Here you go.
The subtitles are weird, just don't worry about those too much. How is she... Who holds a glass of water like that? Just, there you go, drink up. Like, that'd be like me taking this can and going like, hey chat, drink up.
There was also
You know, just...
a large man. He had
drink up.
strange wooden stick shaped like a spine.
Porcelain.
That man is dead, young lady.
No, I saw him.
By the way, I want to mention it again. I like how they're all like, oh, Andrea being a monster is unfeasible. But then, like, you know, crazy dead guys coming around.
That man is dead.
Yeah. Don't worry, that's just Johnny, man. That's Steve.
Hung himself.
Steve died years ago. That was a baby bottle? It looked like a water glass. By the way, I don't know why the blinking happens. It's a really stupid effect, and they really shouldn't have had it.
Calm down now.
You believe me, Lynn, don't you? You believe me, right?
She should get some rest now.
It's not glitching. This is blinking.
You need anything?
I'm here for you.
Oh, my neck. A few months before. So this is months earlier than what just happened. A little bit, right, Arako? Like, I mean, I blink, but I don't really see my eyelids, you know? I see black. I don't see eyelid. Oh yeah, funny enough, and I'll show you guys a fun glitch. Remind me when we get back to the newspaper.
Excuse me? Are you new?
I suppose so.
I love that song. Where are you from?
Flemington Girls Institute.
What did you do?
What do you mean?
If you get transferred here, it means you are a real problem.
Jennifer just got here. Keep that in mind.
I'm not up for making conversation.
Correct, Veltrix.
Oh, well.
Timeline's gonna be fucky.
I guess.
This is right when Jennifer gets here.
I was hoping we would get to know each other better.
This is Lynn.
That's all.
Jennifer. Lynn. Both of them.
I'm into illegal organ and drug trafficking. In my spare time, I exchange sex for cigarettes.
Pretty much Aknaz. Like, as we go through the flashbacks, we'll see why she ends up getting the, you know, the cast.
Promoter of black slavery and preservation of the Aryan race.
Only in my spare time. Very well, you're right. I'm a real handful.
Also, once again, I don't know why she's British when this is supposed to be in Italy, but hell if I know.
The pleasure was all mine.
Correct, Autoako. It's kind of like Pulp Fiction where different parts are happening at different moments. Someone should make, like, take all the cutscenes and then make an edit of, like, the chronological order of the game. It'd be neat to see. I might do that. Maybe I'll make that a project. Maybe. Anyway, we're currently back in the, where we just left off with her passed out in the bed, everyone around her. We're back to our current timeline of teenage years.
Listen, you have to leave.
So this is after the Wyman knocked us down the stairs.
This story again?
Everything you said before, I believe you. Porcelain.
It'd be cool,
everything
Kuki.
else you saw.
You heard
So Lynn does believe us. She is wanting to save face amongst everyone else.
himself years ago.
It's him, isn't it?
Alright, I'm going to show you guys something really stupid, and I'm excited for it.
The same walking stick you were talking about. See?
Also, this is proof that Wyman ended up killing himself. So just watch really quick. I've paused the game. Nothing should be moving. Let me know if you see anything. Let's see if it still happens. It happened right when I began this, by the way. Ooh, did they patch it? They may have patched it. It happened at the start. They may have finally patched it. A little bit more. Alright, it looks kind of fixed.
It was all an act. There was no body. And if there had been, it wouldn't have been hit. It was all an act.
Oh no, I soft-locked the game.
And if there had been, it wouldn't have been his.
Maybe? I hope I didn't.
I don't understand.
There's no time to
Pretty much, the glitch used to be if you pause the game, her eyelids would keep blinking during the pause. Also, I may have soft-locked this, we'll see. Hopefully I didn't. Alright, we're good, we're good. What can happen is you can duplicate 2 Lins, and if you duplicate 2 Lins, you can't move. I know you, Wildfire. We're winning tonight. Also, we learned that Lynn wrote the note and she wants us to leave this place. You don't know why, though, yet. Hey, Snooker, how's it going? Hope you're doing good.
No, I don't know. Oh, God, Lynn, I can't remember.
They found
Yeah. Although we're doing all cutscenes speedrun right now, because we got a 49, which I'll have out of that soon.
You have to run.
Fucking hell, Lynn, just tell me.
That drug. The disease.
What does that have to do with me?
Your birth mother.
Also, I don't judge this because of the way the game was made. The mouth is not matching the noises is because the game was probably originally dubbed in Italian and then translated to English.
Know it. Look me in the eyes, Jen. Look at me. You mustn't do anything or trust anyone.
Is this the reason why we met? Have you been pretending to be my friend this whole time?
No, Jen. It had nothing to do with this. I've always been honest with you.
Lynn! Lynn! Oh, no, not again. My head.
When a mother moth perceives the presence of a possible threat to her throne, she does everything that she is capable of to maintain control over the others, therefore eliminating the threat.
Alright, now we can move again. That was Porcelain who was speaking there, if you're wondering. That was the crazy guy who knocked us off the stairs with his bone sword. We'll learn a lot more about him very soon, but he's cool. He's actually one of my favorite characters in this game so far. He's really fucking cool. Anyway, our current mission is to get the telephone answered. What we're going to be doing is just doing that really quick. All we have to do is grab this key, and then we're making our way back over to Ashman's room, which is room 211. 211 is a very easy room to get into once you have the key. You're just going to be backtracking. The cool part about the game right now, as well, is that there are no current active stalkers. So, normally if you're looking around in the early game, Andrea would be chasing you. However, since we're in the mid-game, we don't have a current active stalker. So we can kind of just run through with no worries.
Ashman, he's sleeping. I'll have to be as quiet as possible.
By the way, like, it forces you to never move. Like, you can't uncrouch, you can't throw anything. They don't let you do anything in this room, so you have to be very, discreet. However, the moment you open this door, you can actually stand back up and run. See? You just start booking it. Also, I'm going to do a favor for anyone who may be wondering with this game. Maybe you're watching this as a tutorial. This is the moth box. This is how you get upgrades. You can spend them, you can buy things, like for instance, you can buy more moth eye power-up. I'll use that right now, in fact. See? Nice and easy. And you can spend these on anything. There's actually a moth key right next to it. Whenever you use one, you end up getting this white screen, and you get the power-up. If you find that box anywhere, you can use your moth keys. Every moth key will be 5. So, well, if you find them, there you go. It gives you an excuse to power yourself up. Anyway, we're now going to be making our way down to the phone. The phone will always ring until you get in the room. When you get in the room, it'll drop. It's like, damn, just missed it, even though you could be taking literal hours. Oh, she's great, Purple's rank. She is moving like a champion. By the way, the way to get the vault glitch I was showing is you just kind of keep mashing back and forth and then doesn't know what to do. But it's fun. Also, Spectralite, good timing. Hope you're having a good day today. Thank you for the host. How is the stream? And congratulations on getting into Frame Fatales. I'm very proud to hear it.
What's that? Maybe they left a voicemail.
Welcome, everyone. I'm McDices. I do a lot of spooky games.
Hi, Stefano. It's me.
So if you want to know about this game, we're explaining it all right now.
I know it was you earlier. I know it was you all
Yeah.
those times.
I would give you a shout, but I don't know if I have a mod here. And I can't
Stop
alt-tab.
tormenting us.
There, thank you, Boop.
I beg you, please stop.
Nice, Nordson. Very nice. Enigma's good
Yes,
people.
It's true. I did love you once.
Good friend of the channel.
But so much time has passed.
How's it going,
too much
KJ?
time. It couldn't work, and it didn't. I am a married woman now, whether you like it or not, so get over it. And as for Richard, despite not having
Hey,
a choice,
Wonders.
I stayed by his side when he endured all that shit that you put him through. Let us deal with our pain. Forget about us. Forget about me. Have some respect for us, a godforsaken couple who will never see their little girl ever again.
Oh, it's good. It got way better.
I wish you could understand.
Thank you.
Leave us be.
I have to be ever so slightly quiet during the cutscenes.
Ariana? Richard? No, it can't be. It can't be them. It must be a coincidence, Jen.
So you're required to look around the room a little bit before you can get the panic event.
Celeste Felton.
This is a picture of you.
This is me. It feels like an eternity has passed since I ran away from home.
Oh yeah, they fixed like the biggest issues in this game, which is you can't be body blocked. Also, yeah, welcome everyone. I'm McDices. I do a lot of spooky games. Hope you're having a good time.
Ariana Gallo. Mom, it's you. This is not a coincidence. They know who I really am.
All right.
Dad.
There's a lot of cutscene, by the way.
Is this what you were looking for?
Mr. Ashman, please, lower that gun.
I don't want to hurt you. It's not my intention.
Why won't you let me go then?
How's it going, Alexandros?
I have no choice, Celeste.
Hope you're having fun.
Celeste!
Quit the act! You're the only one who can stop it!
Please, Mr. Ashman, I beg of you, let me go.
You're exactly the same as your slutty mother. That disgusting bitch. Phenoxyl made her lose her mind. She had to get in the way. I loved Ariana. Why did she keep us apart?
Mr. Ashman.
She had to be shown who was the real man. Did she not learn her lesson when I fucked her?
He fucked your mom. That's what this entire thing is dedicated to. This is literally just a giant cutscene dedicated to saying, hey man, I fucked your mom. It's quite literally Xbox Live as a cutscene. That's what it means. Anyway, it's time for one of the weirdest boss fights in this game. You kind of just duck down, you run past them. Luckily they fixed collision, so now you won't get our ass beat. Then, we're going to scroll over to Fire Extinguisher, and you want to blow it on his face. You want to give him creamy loads of Fire Extinguisher, or whatever the... nitrous? Whatever it's made out of. By the way, the music isn't going. The way it works, you just kind of hide behind this pole.
It works.
There we go. And then you blast him. After 2, this happens. Bonk. Once you get the bonk, it's done. Exactly, Frigid. How's it going, Chella?
The most fascinating creature.
We'll go back to your Coomer angle, chat. We'll go back to your Coomer angle. Here, have titties.
From great distances. Imagine
this is back in the adult years.
Between the human mnemonic apparatus and
also,
the communicative system of those beings.
That guy's the guy who fucked your mom, chat.
A transmission of images.
The guy, the faceless man.
Of senses. That would be telepathy, miss.
But most insects need a leader to guide them. Take bees, for example.
Welcome back,
They have a
Jugo.
queen to guide them.
Very good.
That's what the hypnosis was for.
During the hypnosis, the metronome is only a tool. The ticking is interpreted as a gentle...
Which one of the guys? Oh, no.
The real queen bee, or should I say Mother Acherontia, was...
whoever was hypnotizing others.
Bingo. And he would have had complete control over...
No, not Coomer's rising up.
Phenoxyl was able to fill in substantial memory gaps, formed by the removal of a particular event, such as traumas from one's memory.
But why Celeste, then?
That damned mother of hers, who was making regular use of phenoxyl during her pregnancy, managed to pass on to her an extraordinary gift, a special power.
By the way, if you're a Coomer, that's what happens to you. You look like that. So don't be a Coomer, chat.
Born a queen bee.
Don't be a Coomer, else you look just like that. And correct, Xarian. Very correct. They'll grow up to make Clock Tower games, also correct. Okay, so now we're entering the next phase of the game. We're going to have, instead of 1 stalker, we're having 3. As you can tell, people in this house are being hypnotized. If they have their face all, like, distorted and, like, Andreas is, or Andreas, that's what'll happen.
Hey, this is all yours. Do what you want. Young lady, did your mother tell you that you were born because I fucked her?
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock!
There was never enough for that fucking whore. The hypnosis, the drugs, her daddy's money, and the company. No. She stole from me the woman I loved. And if that wasn't enough, she stained my family's name.
And what about you? Wasn't fucking your sister enough for you?
Don't you dare talk about Gloria that way!
You're a fucking monster!
I mean, in a literal sense, he is.
They kept her isolated, far away from anyone.
Ashman is a Coomer.
Spill all of your dirty family secrets.
Again, if you're a Coomer, this is what you look like.
When it all started to reset,
Your face
you decided it was time to shut them up. Maybe by lighting it all up.
Shut up!
Bonk.
The most idiotic story I've ever heard.
What's this guy's bonks? It's like...
Did your dearest father tell you that in reality he was a woman? That he married the woman that I loved just to keep up the act? That at just 10 years of age, his father stuffed him with meds? You weren't adopted! You best convince yourself that Felton is your biological mother. Give up! There's nothing you can do.
So, for anyone who missed it, well, it's very horny Jill right now. If you missed it, what ended up happening was,
Come on, you can do it, Jen. Oh, shit.
Oh, Veltri, it's because of the hypnosis. It's moth mind control. Just use that phrase, it'll help. Anyway, Ashman pounded your father's bussy. Or, I guess, he... Felton from the last game was a woman, born a woman, and then pumped full of hormones at the age of 10. However, to establish dominance, Ashman raped your father, or I guess your mother at this point, technically, because Felton was still fertile and able to give birth. So she ends up giving birth to you, meaning your father is Ashman and your mother is Richard Felton. So, in long and short, Ashman pounded your father's bussy. Anyway, right now we're using the moth mind control powers to get to the midpoint of the game. You're sending moths to your work. Just understand that. Correct, the bussy. This game uses actual bussy as a plot point. I can't name a lot of games that use bussy as a plot point, but this one does. Anyway, you have to sneak, or you can just do this.
From the cold room. I think the lights went out.
Kiss my ass, dickhead!
Anyone ever play RE2? It's all over, Sherry. Doors locked.
Sir, the girl. I can't find her.
Eat my ass, dickhead. How many times did I say bussy with a straight face? A decent amount.
I had warned the others.
And this is a fucked up game, Boob. This is very much a fucked up game. Anyway, Drew, I don't think you saw the new strat. I put a lot of work into this game, by the way. Check this out. So, the way we're going to do this is there is a death warp you can do, but we're just going to play it nice and safe. We're going to YOLO. We're ignoring him. We're ignoring her. We're going to be ignoring everyone. Have a good night, Cello. Take it easy. Always good to see you, and hope you had a good rest of the day or night. Sweep well. She's both. She just likes the name Jennifer because she's trying to hide.
I wasn't losing my mind.
Anyway, there's a dog right here. What we're going to be doing is just going back here a little bit, and then I'm going to mind control the dog. And then I want to back away a little bit more. So you want to make sure that she doesn't see you. Also, F. In order to do this, you need to use your mind control powers on the dog to get it killed, because, well, Andrea's mean to dogs. In doing so, you're now able to leave the room, and we'll be good to go. Also, we can just run. And then we're good to go. The chase ends once you hit this door. And now we're getting reintroduced to the Red Nuns. Yep, you don't need Death Warp. Is it a bad ending choice to get the dog killed? It's the only choice you have.
That was close.
Stay back.
Calm down. I'm back to myself. You can trust me.
This is Elise, by the way.
What is going on here? What the hell is going on with the others?
Listen to me. There's no time now.
I want to get away from this place.
Okay, I can help you escape, but you have to help me with something first. Jennifer, you have to trust me. I know what you are capable of, like what you did in the cold room.
That voice, was that you earlier on?
I can feel what you are holding inside, and I know that you can hear me. Listen up. There's a dumbwaiter in the utility room on the balcony. I know how to find the key, but you have to guide me.
Guide you? And how would I do that?
Exactly.
Because the dog is chained up, Aknaz.
I guided you to use your gift, allowing you to escape. Stay here. I'll go ahead. Concentrate. Look inside yourself. Okay, stay with me. Don't leave me.
Okay, now it's time for the mind control section.
Run outside and come meet me. Okay, stay with me. Don't leave me. Shit, she's coming.
There's a few things you gotta do. The Red Nuns will be trying to kill Elise. You have to save her every time, so we're gonna play the jukebox, for one. Yeah, Joe, I already got a fucking 49, though, dude. It's great. Other than us three for now. Kat actually wanted to run this game, from what I can tell. This entire section is dedicated to get Elise outside so we can go into the closet and go down a dumbwaiter to kind of put a stop to all this. The destinations are pre-determined, so if you know where everything is, you can just wait. You're not allowed to do things, though, until she's made it to the next point. So that door opens, we can click on this.
Here we are. There should be a key somewhere.
And then the Red Nun is going to come in here because her dumbass is going to drop that. So by doing that, we're going to tell her to go to this closet.
Hide. Jen, what do I do?
She'll be nice and safe in the closet, and then she'll be leaving in a moment. And we can see the Red Nun heal, I guess, you know, healing towards us. Healing. We're not too sure. Right now,
Thank you, Jen.
the collision isn't broken. They actually fixed collision. Like, collision's good now.
Hold on, just a
I need to put that up after stream, Shabak. Alright, she's going to be going towards the door. You can't do this next part until she actually goes to the door, so you need to see it happen. Once it happens, go to the Red Nun. And click.
My head. I have to get to Elisa. Now.
Oh, so this is supposed to be an Elise escort, not a Lynn escort? I just named it improperly. Either way, you don't have to worry about much. You can literally just juke the Red Nun. It's very, very easy. Like, I thought this would be a lot tougher. Nope, you just...
Tell me, what the hell is going on? Who the fuck was that?
And there we go.
Haven't you? Well, not all of them died.
Exactly, Seaver.
Gloria Ashman.
Jennifer, you have to help us. I beg you. We are trapped in a hypnotic loop. As soon as the loudspeaker starts ticking, our minds go back into a limbo.
I don't understand. What can I possibly do?
That thing lives down there. It has no effect on you. You can end the loop.
Clearly. Also, yeah, the current build right now is really good. Like, it got way better, although it still has issues. If you speedrun it, it's nice. If you're doing this casually, it's probably still rough, but it's way better from what I played. Like, I've had some soft locks, I've had some glitches, but also I'm kind of used to the game now, and as well, the biggest thing is they fixed collision. Like, you don't get bodied in hallways anymore. Also, they nerfed the Andrea fight. Andrea was twice as hard.
Done you.
I mean, I'm liking it more. Alright. Are you guys ready for the best part of this game? It's... Wait for it. It's easier now? Andrea? Yeah. Andrea's incredibly easy. It's a real easy fight. I've been putting a lot of work in this game, Juo. By the way, this will literally loop if you let it. Also, I want to say she's dribbling on grass.
When the night was fast, you close. When the night was fast, you and me. Oh dear. Sorry. I thought I was alone.
No, please continue.
I'd prefer not to.
This is a flashback within the flashback. Remember this. This is when...
Lindsay?
Shortly after they first met, but now they're talking a bit more. You know?
Don't worry about it. I was too intrusive.
And I extremely rude.
Oh well, truce?
Truce.
Late 60s, early 70s. This is probably 15 years prior to the first game, is my guess.
I usually play the violin.
Actually, probably like 20 years earlier. It's supposed to be about 20 years earlier.
As well as you can sing, then you're a fucking master.
Remember, the Tormented Fathers is like 70 something, and then this game is about 20 years or so earlier. Because Lynn right now is roughly about 15. She could be older. I know Jennifer is 15. I don't know about Lynn though.
There's a festival for artists with original songs.
I'm assuming she's 15 as well.
Here, look.
Portable music? Walkmans existed, but I don't know. I'm assuming this is probably 60-something, but maybe Lynn's older.
Why did you say that?
They don't give you exact ages all too much.
We're stuck here. Second, singing and playing the violin at the same time.
Just understand, Rose take 35 and 19. Oh, that's easy then. Yeah, that's the difference. So Rosemary is 35 and she's 19. Wait, 19 for a 15-year-old is fucking pervert mode. Lynn is 16? Oh, okay, thank God.
And how would we even get there?
We talked to Ashman about it.
Yeah, dream on. It's only 2 weeks away.
We can
Basketball.
work on it together. All we need is a music sheet and a bit of practice. I know the piano's so
there's a
well,
19-year
it's really
difference.
a part of me.
But the lyrics are nowhere near finished.
And they don't really specify what year it's supposed to be, I don't think. Maybe they do. We have to look through the notes.
Can get in the way of something you truly desire.
Her father got pounded in the
Where are
bussy.
you from?
Yeah, basket. Also, if you're really wondering, you don't have to even aim. You can, like, wildly miss if you really want to. Like, watch, I'll show you. Like, let's do this. Is it carry quarter? Yeet.
Fail.
Woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner!
Abdul Jabbar?
I don't know why it cuts off leave this body, so they just say Abdul Jabbar. And it's so fucking confusing and jarring. And this is also one of the things I mentioned that's kind of weird about this game. Abdul Jabbar, then...
Sure.
Abdul Jabbar what?
When the smoke is about to enter your throat, you exhale.
Just a couple of girls being friends. Definitely nothing else.
I love it.
Did you know they made it for a movie?
Seriously?
You bet. Before Saying Goodbye. It was a great hit in the 60s. Have you never heard of it? My parents brought me to the cinema to see it.
Wait, the 60s? This is supposed to be in the 70s.
My father taught me how
Is
to
Tormented
play.
Fathers in the 80s then? Maybe.
Would you like it if we were to watch it together one day?
I don't know. I didn't even look at the time plot. How old are they in the modern era? I guess that'd be 2020. Flashback to 1973? 19 years after, that would be the 90s then. That makes sense. Although, they age like shit. Oh my god. Maybe I just don't know the ages of old women that much, but we'll see. Exactly, Xarian. Exactly. Just a couple of gals being pals. That has to be... No, it's 1973, apparently, for that flashback. Remothered 3 is going in a different direction. I'll tell you right now, the dog is dead and he'll stay dead. In fact, I don't want to mention everything, but, Wondrous, we actually give an answer what happened to the dog. I'll show you, in fact, what happens to the dog. You'll learn very soon. There we go, come on. Well, here's what happens to the dog. We actually do learn. There he is.
No! Murderers! Fucking murderers!
You wanted to know what happened to him? The game answers this question.
Oh my god! Something switched on. No wonder. While everyone thought you were dead, you were down here.
So pretty much these notes are going to be telling you about,
This is how it all started.
who the dude is. Also, noise.
Created as a byproduct of synthesizing the moth parasite known as Acherontia, its use leads to a parasitic infection.
Does the dog live? No.
Moth's behavior, phenoxyl can result in a collective hypnosis in which multiple individuals are forced
Don't blame me for the dog. Blame Chris Darrell. He wrote the dog dying. I'm just playing his game.
collective hypnosis. The leader uses a person known as the medium as a channel and amplifier for other subjects. When the medium is surrounded by mirrors to simulate a fragmentation of the mind, the parasites awaken and spread. The start. The leader uses a recall element for the medium called the anchor. This can be a nursery rhyme or a song, and it's this that initiates
I don't think they'd make it co-op.
the leader acquires full control over everyone else through the medium. A collective consciousness starts. The ending. The leader can interrupt the loop by awakening the medium with a push, another nursery rhyme.
Exactly,
or song.
Xarian.
When the infected
He has
subject
wacky eyebrows, yeah. I don't know why his eyebrows are so wacky. But they are.
hypnotic phase is forgotten. The collective consciousness breaks. The fracture. If a collective hypnosis is abruptly interrupted, there is a risk of fracture, also called the porcelain phase. Here, the leader's
Broken
consciousness
porcelain, get
becomes
it?
fragmented and is then absorbed by the medium. The body
Get
of
it?
the leader becomes wholly controlled
Is
by
it?
the Acherontia, while the leader's
Wasn't Flash Gordon the thing from
trapped
the 80s that
inside
had,
the medium,
I guess, Flash
gradually
Gordon in
unable
it?
to control his own body. Meanwhile, the parasite continues its
I'm willing to
expansion
believe
of
that.
infected subjects. Collective hypnosis will occur regularly until another potential leader intervenes to break the looping cycle.
Oh dear, what happened? What's that? It looks like there's light coming from that wall.
Alright.
Bingo.
So, this is actually really easy mission-wise. You just go there. There we go. See, easy peasy. This is something we need to do in order to get the next event going. Everything is leading up to the boss fight with, well, someone.
I convinced one of the new arrivals to set the convent on fire. All the 12 nuns were there. The second phenoxyl prototype was an utter disaster. The subjects were
a good one, Grimsky. Always good to see you. Take it easy.
Their retinas became extremely photophobic and their vision was permanently damaged.
Ah, yes, Grimsky. Ah, yes. Kind of Dark Sky.
Those goddamn traitors. And despite everything, I managed to convince Stefano Ashman to offer me some protection. I was left with no choice but to stage my own death. The parasite had completely crippled the Mun's minds. They had gone mad. They used to recognize me as their leader, but once the parasite started taking over, I was expelled from the hierarchy.
That's good, Gloucester.
I was no longer their mother. To Anosha, because of them, the disease started to spread in the nearby area. I too was soon infected. I never thought that Gloria Ashman would survive the fire. She intends to take the role of mother.
Go for it.
I can't let her do that. I have to carry out.
By the way, this timer below tells you how much cutscenes add on to it.
Again, her two restoring me as their leader.
Even close to the ending, we're about a little over halfway.
The fraction, what I feel.
A little bit over half.
The subjects could be forever left anchored to one another and be stuck in an intermittent hypnotic loop.
Let's see if I can check it out on mobile. Let's see. Actually, I could just look it up on my phone and think about it. Let's see. Oh, absolutely. God damn, you're right. You're right. Casually, I beat it in about 6 hours.
Fuck. Not again.
Keep in mind, though, I'm pretty well versed in both horror games and, well, Remothered game. So, for me, being able to beat it in 5 hours, that's kind of an outlier. I think a lot of people take maybe about 8-ish. Oh, wait. No, again.
This? How did it end up here?
There we go.
I have to carry out a group hypnosis in order to get everyone to need me again. Her two restoring me as their
We are
leader.
trapped in a hypnotic loop. As soon as the loudspeaker starts ticking, our minds go back into a limbo.
So this loop is hypnotizing every single person, which is why Andrea wanted to attack us earlier, and why anyone who has those faces is doing the thing.
It won't turn off.
It could. So, let's use the microphone. And that could have had a better sound, but I actually like this jump scare a lot. Anyway, it's actually pretty easy to avoid him. Just go through here, and, well...
The protection room. How is it possible? I'm shooting it for God's sake. It hates it.
How long is part 1? Part 1 as a speedrun is about 30 minutes, 32. This fight, actually, the way it works is you just kind of want to yell at him. Shoot, make noise. Oh, devs can never predict how long a speedrun will be. Alright, he knows. You want to bait him into going near these things. And then hitting him with the light is ideal. So I'm going to have nice and close. Yeah, you have infinite ammo. You can just keep yelling at him. It's pretty funny. He's bugging out a little bit. What are you doing? There he is. I don't know what he was doing, but I guess it works. Really? What are you doing? Okay, boss fight's done. That was pretty weird on the boss fight with Porcelain, but that's it. This is also Wyman, also known as Porcelain. So that guy who was on the tape, the guy who was in the film we watched, that is Wyman, also known as Porcelain.
Can anyone hear me? I'm trapped down here. Can somebody help me?
I shouldn't split yet.
Lynn, tell me you're there.
Normally you want to get him closer so he goes to the 3 almost instantly, but yes.
I'm down here in this shithole.
What, Juo? Also, back to the nail gun from earlier. Yes, Juo. I've quite literally routed this game like hell. You're welcome. As for the subtitles, I have no clue.
Sorry, I was never upset with you.
It's okay, I understand. I fucked up. And you were right about everything.
I put a lot of work into this game.
Yen.
The nail gun actually didn't do any damage to him. It was light. Alright. Flashback. Now, you may remember at the beginning of the game, there was some conflict as to why Jennifer was getting scolded. And also how her arm ended up kind of breaking. We're going to be getting that right now. I didn't want to answer it then because it comes up during the story. Just enjoy the strong gay energy. Not only now is it to find glitch. I already found glitches and exploits, Juo. You're welcome. Also, if there's any complaints about the chronology of this game, I blame, Chris Darrell. The follow. Which word, boob? Bussy?
Did you find the movie?
Or strong gay energy?
Tons of films here. This place isn't so bad after all.
What the hell's going on?
Just kidding.
Strong gay energy.
Let's go, you and I.
Seriously?
I said chronology. Chronology.
Thing that has ever made me feel
Not chronology. Chronology.
I want to start over from scratch.
Chronology. By the way, chronology.
Explain to me. What exactly are we looking for?
Exactly, Metal Monkey. I like your comment better.
Ashman always keeps some cash in the office for small emergencies, etc.
Chronologically, I think I was thinking of.
I like getting myself into trouble. Let's call it a compensation for our services.
I wonder if I'll also find my violin. I haven't played it in ages.
How long ago did you get here?
So if you're wondering right now, these two are planning on running away to the competition they talked about with the music back when they were playing basketball.
Ashman was rebuilding his new project.
I was trying to say chronologically.
So, here's the new maid.
That's mean, Boop. That's very mean.
How was the Flemington Girls and whatever it's called?
It wasn't bad, more than anything.
The gay skull? Go for that one.
Before that?
I ran away. At least that's what I remember. Lynn, it's a sad story. I left it in the past.
Do you ever feel the urge to rewrite it all?
God.
Change life, change name, feel like a whole new person.
All the time. Locked, obviously.
Alright. So anyway, we're going in here because we're going to be raiding the room. We're taking his money. We want a means to escape to go to our top of the world competition for music.
You became a professional after watching it being done.
That just happens, by the way. Also, my favorite part. Woo!
What do we have here?
Ah, yes, Vaporwave. Take it easy, Playful. Have a good one. Ah, yeah, saying goodbye to the YouTube viewer. Makes sense. Do you have the messages? Yep. Hey, I'm hoping it works out, Metal Monkey. I'm hoping that works out. It sounds very good. Sounds like it's looking up.
How did you find that? And what are you planning to do with it?
I almost forgot.
Also,
You finished it!
I convinced myself that we should take part in the contest.
We have to try it.
if you're not convinced that these two are gay yet, well,
I'll show you.
this is probably the gayest thing I've ever watched. And I'm proud of them. Good for them. But I can't think of anything gayer than this. Which you'll see. Good for them. Good for them.
Sing. But how? Pretend you can hear the music.
Hey, well there you go, Mother Monkey. Strong. It is strong love, Woodkin. You can? Well, maybe you can. No, it's not scissoring. This is gayer than the kiss, Juo. This is gayer than the kiss. Like, if you were wondering what are they, this should explain it. It's actually a really sweet moment. I like it a lot. But I think they may be a little bit more than just gals being pals. Not sure, Chase. Not sure. By the way, this is the song that plays at the end of Remothered Tormented Fathers when you beat the game. I think she's supposed to be singing, but we don't hear it for some reason. I mean, there was killing with scissors earlier, Melder Monkey with Andrea. Exactly, Angelo. They're such good friends. It is wondrous. What are they doing? Embracing each other?
Jennifer. The same thing. You will never let me.
This is modern day, by the way. Hey, thanks for the host. Much appreciated. I went from the flashback to modern day. So we're about, the cast is a good indicator of what's modern and what's non. Not sure, they might have.
You thought you could just do it with that? No, not again.
So, this boss fight's the funniest one in the game. This is a Wyman 2. You'll know why very quick. Either way, we need to stop Lynn from getting attacked by, I think Elise was her name again. Oh god, he found me. So, the whole point of this fight is you want to, why is this the only one hypnotized right now? Unsure. It affects waves and droves. Either way, Wyman, there's many ways you can do this fight. You can just run everywhere you want. There's not really,
I have to do something. I have to stop Elisa.
Not really a one and done answer to this. You can just sort of chill. You have many, many doors you may take. The whole idea, though, is that moth in the top right that you see needs to get filled up.
I can't.
And the best way of doing that is looping him. If you ever play Dead by Daylight, the principle is very simple. Anyway, hiding in the locker, it works.
I have to hide, at least until I manage to build up some energy.
I mean, this boss fight makes sense. You can argue any point of any fight is making game plot happen, in fairness. The whole point of this, by the way, is to build up energy. You can get panic events while you're in the locker, but just hiding in a locker will be faster than running around and safer. So ideally, you just want to kind of wait on the left side, or the right side near the vents. Also, if you get this event, you just keep it in the middle. I usually pick up my mouse, drag it, and you're good to go. Once that bar is filled up, I could leave. Ideally, though, I'm hoping it won't be. It's going to be on GDQ. Hard to say, Juo. I'm thinking this game might have a bit of trouble with GDQ because of the brutal dog murder. We'll see. Alright. Anyway, now we're ready to go. Alright, hopefully I don't get seen. If you get seen, you can't use Moth Eye, so. Alright, we're good. And they made it skippable to be a lot of GDQ, but now it's like, oh, maybe not. Either way, we've now saved Lynn, so we're just gonna run in here. Door closes, and now we get a nail gun. What you can do with it, you can shoot at least in the ass. Anyway, this fight's pretty straightforward. God, he is turboing towards me. Alright, this is fun. Anyway, the whole point of the fight, you just kind of pump him full of lead. I know, we're saying they can make it skippable. Also, just a fun Easter egg for all you watching. He's gonna come out somewhere on this side, because take a look at this. There he is! You see him just like chilling in here, and it's funny. Oh, he's getting out. See? I'm not sure why they do it this way, but they do it. Alright. Anyway, once you beat him twice, the fight is now done. So then you can go in the car, and then you're done. I'm not sure, I haven't tried. Also, Lynn and Jennifer have escaped.
We did it! We did it! I don't see anyone following us.
What did you do down there? In the loudspeaker control room?
He doesn't like lights? Cuz Tasmanian Devil. They're not smart.
I don't understand. I ended the sequence.
You're free! That's exactly what they wanted you to do!
Damn.
The exact reason why you ended up in this fucking place! In one way or another, Porcelain kept us all guarded.
On the drive? She's 16. It's not totally unfeasible.
And it's going to be 10 times worse. It's only a matter of time. Oh, Jen, you shouldn't have. They will never let me leave.
Why are you involved in this too? Explain, for God's sake! What did you do?
I had warned you not to touch anything. Not to trust anyone.
Enough of the stuttering!
And
by the way, for some reason, you can...
REM face.
You can move.
And on open wings, a moth.
I'm not sure why.
Is a place.
But you can move during this if you really want to, and it kind of ruins the mood.
Bestowed its touch.
But you can do it.
I told you to leave. To leave this godforsaken place.
What the hell was that? They found us.
And you never left us. Why did you do it?
Now, she just like yanked out of the car, by the way. Should mention that. She got fucking yanked.
We needed that girl. She was our only hope of getting rid of Porcelain. You knew it very well.
This is back to the adults.
Your daughter.
From what I know, you liked her too.
You need to shut your mouth. You fucking rapist.
How vulgar. Felton deserved it. How could I have known that he was still capable of conceiving?
See, he pounded Bussy.
I thought that fucking him was enough to remind him that he is just a pussy. And to punish him for stealing Ariana from me.
Fucking son of a bitch!
That's a flex, though, when you think about it.
It was you who insisted so much.
It's a mean flex, but it's very mean.
At the end of the day, we're just chatting. Isn't that right?
Jennifer, I have to stay.
What does that mean? You want to quit now? We are in deep trouble. Can't you see?
This is back to the flashback when they just had the very gay moment that they had.
I can't do it. I can't do it. The contest. Do you not understand? You have to leave. Holy shit, Lynn, no. There's no
Please, Lynn, you have to listen to me. Put that thing away!
Now you know why her arm is broken.
19 years. 19 years has passed.
So this is about the beginning of the 90s.
Being honest, it would have been better for everyone if you had done it that same night.
Modern day, like, this is the current where we left off at the car crash.
I won't do it, Mr. Ashman.
There were several points to jump from, as you just saw.
I will.
Rosemary Reed from the first game was Lynn. The person who killed, you know, Gloria and Felton in the first game, that was Lynn. Also known as Rosemary Reed. They're the same person. As well, Rosemary broke Jennifer's arm.
Stop?
Keep in mind, this is all an old woman telling stories, so just remember that.
I often pondered on it. Believe me, would I have had the same courage?
How does someone who's about to lose everything feel?
This is the current year, 2020,
Person
most
who's already
likely.
Lost everything once before. I would have done the same for my sister. If only I had a chance.
Well, she is old. That's all I got. She's old.
Why are you so obsessed? Do you not see what this insatiable server has led you to?
I was only a child. You and Wyman. You used me. The nuns.
Ah, yes, Chase.
She was your sister.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Remember, that was Ashman. This is Lynn, also known as Rosemary Reed.
What will the young lady at the reception desk say?
The young lady at the what? Who the fuck are you talking about?
She's always supposed to sound kind of smoky.
Poor thing. She left just after your arrival.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Also, it was really easy to get the gun, just saying.
Here besides you and I. Well, almost. We're so happy you came back, Lynn. Like old times.
Ah, yes, Spirity. Wall Street Rump does suck, and you have good taste.
Only between old friends.
You don't deserve to die. You deserve a much worse ending. You deserve to suffer by living in agony.
As I did for the past 19 years. By rebelling during the last hypnosis. The one that should have stopped Gloria and her acherontia. It only slowed down things. The after effects that Wyman feared. The fracture. The porcelain phase. Nevertheless, you were somehow left linked to one another. And now you are once again a single being. A unified conscience.
Let me out of here!
Do you not understand that you have come back because he wanted to? And whilst Felton and I desperately searched for a way to use Phenoxyl to forget, Wyman replaced the holes in our memories with his own. He inserted his conscience in our minds. And do you know the reason why he did it, Lynn?
Fuck off!
Ashman's talking, B-Buns.
With Alzheimer's disease. Now you are his biggest inheritance.
I just want to get
So we have to get out of the wheelchair now.
I have to keep trying.
We're currently playing right after the events of Remothered Tormented Fathers. So right when the first game ends, we end up going here, and we have the discussions with Ashman, and now we're tied to the chair. So we're playing as current modern day Lynn or Rosemary Reed, not counting the old people. This is like probably in the 90s.
The remote.
Also, B-Buns, hope you're doing well.
You can do it.
Also, hope you're ready for the best moment in the game. You guys like Initial D? And yeah, Akna, the story gets rather convoluted, but it's supposed to be kind of akin to Suspiria. So, except late. I'm sorry to hear, B-Buns. I hope it gets better. I hope they come soon. Yep. Alright, you ready? You ready? It's time! Do 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 do. Then she drifts! No, the story's not bad, Wondrous. I mean, it's pretty much on par with Suspiria in a sense. Like, the story's not the worst part of this game, easily. Like, you're only saying it's not good if you don't know it. It's actually not that bad. Makes sense. Anyway, right now, we are now... Also, she's absolutely dummy thick.
Fuck you!
Perfect Vaporwave.
Shit! My things. The cassette player. Maybe I can use it.
So, this is going to be pretty quick, and you're wondering what we're doing here. We're getting a recording from this right here. It doesn't need to be playing, you just kind of have to record for a little bit, and then have that. By doing that, we have the recorder all nice and done, and we have recorded his voice. We record the voice from Ashman because he's in a special room, so we can go into his safe. His safe requires voice recognition, so just getting it early is nice. Also, how's it going? Is that J-Pie? Hope you had a nice day. Also, there's a lot of stuff in this room. I'll grab it just for the dialogues, but you only need the gun. Yeah, the music, a gun.
Bastard. If it's a hypnotic loop that you are after, trust me when I say that you're going to get one.
And
these are all phenoxyl documents. This is proof of all the experiments they carried out. The results. Even the names of every single person involved in this mess. Including all the young girls who went missing before they found Jennifer.
Alright. And now we can get ready for the boss fight. Because we're going to be going after Ashman. No, we're not crafting drugs. There we go.
I'm coming, you son of a bitch.
So, this boss fight's actually really easy. You just kind of talk to this door.
No.
And then you're good to go. No, not gold. I'm just gonna skip this blood. I don't know why that works. I don't even know if that's a glitch. It just... It seems to work. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know if that's a skip or intended. It's weird.
Are you going to threaten to kill me? Go ahead. It wouldn't be so bad after all.
Like, from what I can tell, everyone did it this way, so I think it's intended. But it feels like a skip.
I know very well that you never lost track of Jennifer. That you've been following her movements since 1973.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, it was 1973.
Where is she? And how many other Jennifers came before her? How many Ashmen?
There it is. Welcome back, Demon King. The voice actors change is why her voice is slightly different. This is also very Suspiria-esque, so just enjoy it, and I'll kind of talk about what's happening afterward. I actually love this part. It's fucking great. That's Ashman Yuki. He's the guy who was we fight with a fire extinguisher. This guy. Yes, the Coomer, Johnny Aki. Morning, Bucci. So, for what just happened, we broke into his room back with a gun, and he has been taking medication for years to try and forget the hypnosis. We have re-hypnotized him, and now he is, pretty much, we're fucking him up. Let's just go with that one. Like, he is not in a good place right now. Because the hypnosis allows Wyman or whoever is in control to take control of the person. And now she's doing like an old dog and setting him to the farm upstate.
And I want you to answer my questions.
I wouldn't say so, Demon King. This guy literally has been raping and done a lot of that stuff.
It's not possible. This is the Red Nuns Convent.
So, now we're kind of back with the main area of Jennifer. After the car crash, we've ended up kind of wandering over here, and we're now in the Red Nun Convent that burned down in the beginning of the game.
Lynn? Was Lynn one of them?
Lynn at one point was a Red Nun, as you can see, because that was a picture of Lynn. Also, I want some bricks early, I think. Now we'll see. What? Talk to the thing.
Gloria and the others, they had all gone mad. Wasn't there another way to stop them?
From the previous game, we know that Lynn ended up burning down the Red Nun Convent. Or Rosemary did it. The bitch upstairs? Yep, we're getting that part. Fair.
Gloria Ashman.
First they made us blind, then they drugged us and burned us alive. We will forever be in debt with you for giving us our freedom back. But now, go away.
What does it all mean? This photo. Was Lynn one of you?
We don't want to hurt you.
The Red Nuns are being controlled by Wyman. Jennifer just broke the control. So now the next strongest Red Nun's going to take control of everyone else. As they described in that weird television segment.
It was your last chance, and you wasted it.
Oh God.
Anyway, this boss fight's going to be pretty straightforward. Maybe not. So the way this boss fight actually works is you want to get close to her to get the fire attack, and then you want to pump her with a nail gun. We still have the nail gun from the Wyman boss fight, so we can just...
The Wasps are protecting her, but it looks like they retreat from the fire.
I don't know why the dialogue repeats as much as it does. Really easy boss fight, just weave in, weave out. There we go. It is really easy to accidentally skip this cutscene, by the way. Surprise, the Red Nun we just beat wasn't Gloria, it was Lynn. Like I mentioned, Lynn was the one of the Red Nuns. She specifically burned down the Red Nun Convent, as it's mentioned in both this game and Tormented Fathers. She's not dead, by the way, but...
After everything they did to us, they deserve to be punished.
Like I mentioned, there's a stronger Red Nun in control now.
Show yourself!
Because Jennifer broke the conduit that Wyman had over all the Red Nuns.
Then again, you are a Felton.
I will go away. I will go away. But Lynn is coming with me.
You are free to do so.
We are free to do so.
She absolutely wants to coom.
You're not with us. You're against us.
Yes, it's time to find the bitch upstairs.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So, Lynn is currently being manipulated by the Red Nun upstairs, who is Gloria Ashman. You may remember from the first game, you also may remember she was the woman who was,
Bitch there upstairs. I know she's there.
raped by Ashman. The way this fight's gonna work is you want to get away from, Lynn, And then you want to find... There she is. You want to find Gloria, which then you want to use your power, as she says, to get Lynn... to get rid of the moths. How about is she alive? The Red Nun power is actually given regeneration. It is explained in the Tormented Fathers, so the Red Nuns just have these powers due to the result of, I think, phenoxyl drug use. Alright, anyway, there she is. The reason why I'm kind of trying to get to a safe place is because if I get seen, it'll immediately break, and ideally I want it to be able to get close enough to where I can just do that. The way this fight works, you need to throw 3 bricks at, well, 3 things at Lynn, which will make her drop the nail gun. So you want to kind of just, you know, bop and weave, bop and weave. Yep. And like I mentioned, if Lynn finds you, it immediately breaks the trance you're in. So you best bet just run away until she starts begging, which is a little break in consciousness. Once that happens, you want to hide behind something and make sure you have moths. Keep an eye out to see if you can cut her off. She'll very often double take as well. Be aware of that. But if she's in place, you're good to go. Alright, that was the last one. We said throw one more break, and then we begin this phase 2 of this fight. Alright, again, 3 bricks, and then she'll drop the nail gun. You can see, nice and close. Beginning teabag. Once the nail gun is dropped, we'll now be using... Oh, hold on. Give me the nail gun.
Have to go find that fucking bitch upstairs.
At this point, you just... You have to find that fucking bitch upstairs.
I have to be quick. I have to find that fucking bitch there upstairs. Maybe I can use my power.
You can see why it says maybe I can use my power as much as it does. I don't know why it's so much, but it is so goddamn much.
Oh, dear God, no. Not again. My head.
Also, Wyman is now back. Wyman is essentially just an enforcer at this point. His body is entirely controlled by parasites, and he's just kind of used by the strongest, let's call it the Queen Mother. The Mother.
No.
Whatever. Mother Suspiria, whatever. I can't remember her name. Acronacita. We'll see it.
Days since she's made a mess of everything.
It's funny, Boop.
Where's
Did ever find that bitch upstairs? We did.
Go! Get a rag! Jesus Christ.
So now we're back at the house.
You do remember where the key is.
Back at the inn.
Don't you?
And if you've been paying attention to the game, you might know what's happening. Hey, Marty, thank you for the host. And we'll kind of get explained right now as well. We'll talk to Ashman just because. You can talk to him.
Is there a problem, young lady? Lynn, I don't know...
He can also glitch to stand in this chair, too. It's funny. Hey, Woodkin, thank you for the host. So, at this point, you're now back at the house.
I don't understand.
Or
Why
the
do I
inn.
feel like I've been through all this before? It feels like deja vu. I can almost remember something. Maybe I'm going crazy. I've been here before, but everything was different. I can't shake this feeling. How did I get back to the hotel?
We have to be getting the closet key, because it's going to be in here again.
Don't you understand, girl? Gloria won. You're now a part of them too. You've been integrated. You'll only remember what she wants you to remember.
This is why I didn't immediately tell you what happened.
Ashman's sister. This is where Eliza... I remember that something happened here. There used to be a key somewhere around here.
So, Gloria's currently the mother, Mother Suspiria. I'm saying a Mother Suspiria. It's easier for me. She's currently the Queen Me, the Queen Moth. As a result of that, she's controlling the memories of everyone to make everyone forget about Lynn.
Remember Lynn exists. Gloria won't let them. She's now her medium. There's no time left. Find Lynn. Use her push. Stop the hypnosis. It's the only solution.
The guy talking to us is the bony dude, also known as Wyman.
No. They used to call me Wyman once upon a time.
I actually really like Wyman. Wyman's cool.
Yes, now I remember. Lindsay.
No, not use her bush. Use her push.
I have to go back.
Although, in fairness, there are lesbians, Xarian, so maybe... it might be.
That's all I could do after letting my
And they might be doing that very well.
become a host for the parasites. You're the only one who can awaken them all.
Let's see. It's not entirely wrong. Also, one moment. I want to do something here. So I just remembered.
How's the stuttering? I know that you bonded with one of the other girls at the convent.
Yes, I did.
There we go.
Gloria is so nice.
Oh, hey, Metal Dirt Monkey, type words.
You're such a nice girl.
Professor Wyman,
Yes, my dear.
that stuff that you gave me.
Wyman's in the
Thing
middle.
that you made me use on the others. Will it make me turn?
I keep forgetting to do that. I
blind
remembered.
like them?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Enjoy
No,
the
I forget
VIP badge.
everything.
That's enough. You know that I would never use that shit on you. Oh, my dear. It's for their own good. You don't want them to suffer any longer.
I don't want to hurt them.
Yeah.
You don't want them to hurt Ashman and I, right?
Yes.
You know very well that it wasn't me that made such drastic decisions. Ashman is desperate.
What?
Their eyes burn.
Yeah. It's nice having you on, Metal Dirt Monkey. Very pleasant people. Hope you enjoy it.
You care about Gloria, don't you? She is like a sister to you. You only have to pour a little bit, light a match, and it will all be over. Forever. So tell me, will you do it?
I'll do it.
Great. Let's start.
So, that little section of dialogue there was explaining how they hypnotized Lynn to burn down the Red Nun convent, which includes murdering all the Red Nuns and Gloria. I don't know why the dialogue bugged out there, but sometimes it happens. This game's not perfect. Alright, now we're down here. Come on, what we just, that didn't just happen, that happened a while back. That happened way back. We just so happened to be going in the same area. The game's a bit jarring sometimes.
That's Lynn!
See?
Ugh, it's useless. She can't hear me. How do you wake up someone who is trapped in a limbo? What could be used as a push? Think, Jen. Think!
Exactly, it was perfect, wouldn't like it.
No. Shit!
Also, here's a minor glitch you can do.
What now? Damn, now they know where I am.
You can just kind of go in the back and immediately skip the jump scare happening. Normally, Wyman's gonna try stopping you, and then the dialogue continues as you go in here.
I understand how it managed to move around the hotel unnoticed. It was all connected. I have to reach the cinema room in the old wing.
So I know we know what's going on, but a lot of the game is going to be, again, memory warped and kind of just doing day-to-day activities in the Ashman Inn. So Elise, Andrea, they're not going to really know what's going on because they're just kind of victims of it all.
But why? Andrea!
And what do we have here? Shouldn't you be cleaning room 212?
Of course. And I am. It's just that...
What?
Do you, by any chance, have a key for the cinema room? Ashman asked me to clean it up a bit.
That's the least you could do, after the mess you made.
You're absolutely right. Anyway, I'll be very quick, and then I'll come back to finish off room 212.
I can't help you. After what you did,
It is Yuki.
Ashman insisted that no one else was to have access to the cinema room but himself. He has
Kinda,
the
yeah.
only key, and I believe
I like him.
he's taking a nap in his room right now.
I'll be quick.
Well, not Ashman, I like Wyman.
Don't make me say it again. Go to room 212 and do your job.
By the way, guess what we're not doing? Because normally this is supposed to be like a stealth mission, but, well... She doesn't really care what we do here. So what we're going to be doing instead is just this.
to go into Ashman's room.
You just sort
I
of
have to hide and try
take
not
the
to
key if you know where it is, and you can immediately leave. It's kind of hilarious because a lot of times you're like, oh, I need to do this, and it's like, nope.
Okay. I have to find the film before. Gotcha. Before saying good.
No.
We're looking for the movie that we watched with Lynn. So the Just Say Goodbye movie where the song came from, that's where we got from.
This that is going to stop her. And it's all your fault. You helped Gloria with it, breaking Wyman's loop.
You asked me to do that. You were the ones who gave Gloria this power. Don't you understand? This doesn't only concern Lynn or me. This concerns everyone.
It's useless.
Your sister is controlling us like puppets, as did Wyman. Waking up Lynn from the limbo. This is the only way we can get rid of her.
Gloria will only grow. She will continue to grow until she's gotten her revenge.
You two will be part of her revenge. That same revenge which is consuming every cell in
Limbo.
your body.
Get it, Limbo.
Mother, she never loved you. Richard Felton, my father, is the only one she ever loved.
That thing? A laughing stock.
He is a very cruel announcer if he said the price is right. Also, this is the most Star Wars-esque bullshit I've ever heard.
Of his gender. Who cares? He brought me up. He was a great father.
He is, isn't he?
You are a laughing stock.
Ridiculous child. Why don't you go play with your dolls? Keep your nose out of these things. Why don't you behave like other children? Play hide and seek or ring around the rosy. Yeah, let's do that for old time's sake.
Alright, so ring around the rosy, that's the hint. Just run away. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Huh. Well. Why did that persist over? Okay, cool. That's so weird. Why does... Oh, right, wrong room, that's right. I'm just in a daze because I've never seen that happen. That's new. That's never happened before during this, huh? I guess if Andrea sees you at all, you just go straight to the, yeah. Also, replaying the tape as soon as possible. The quickest way out is right here. However, you can take either way. There's not really a speed difference. Just understand that Wyman will be kind of going either way, and all you have to do is play the film. And once you do that, well, here's what happens. By the way, if you had any questions, this will kind of explain more and more for you. So Lynn is broken free from the trance and is able to move once again, meaning we need to play as Lynn. I think in the past they made you break the mirrors in here, but right now all you have to do is talk to this thing in the corner. Then it'll automatically do it. Also, this is Gloria from earlier and from the Tormented Fathers. Gloria is the maid from Tormented Fathers, if you remember her correctly.
You, all this time, it's all because of you! I'll make you pay!
Andrea is now dead.
Sister!
Only a flesh... Ah, yes.
The Feltons.
Gloria, do you still believe it? Do you still believe this bullshit?
You're lying.
Bullshit!
You're lying.
Tell her, Ash. Tell her! It was you who ordered to burn the place down! Tell her! Tell her why! Because despite the large doses of phenoxyl, she began getting her memories back. Isn't that right? Memories of you harassing her. You were only a little girl at the time.
It was Lynn.
No,
She's
Dark
the
Sky.
one who started the fire.
Elisa's just a girl who works here.
She didn't have a choice. You tricked her, drugged her, and forced her to do it.
Gloria.
At least I'm fairly certain. Actually, that's a good question. I don't think Elisa's Gloria. I could be wrong, actually. See, now you have me confused. No, Gloria should... I think Elisa's Gloria? Possibly. Either way, you'll learn what happened to Ashman's face. I didn't think about that, actually. I thought Gloria just kind of came in. They might be. I think you might be right, then, yeah. I guess they use Phenoxyl to make Elise, just kind of work here. Oh yeah, they ended up burning down the Red Nun Convent too. Also, this is why he lost his face and his arm, because of this. This is Ashman, keep in mind. The faceless guy, it's because Moths ate his face and Wyman broke his arm.
Are all responsible. All of you.
By the way, now Gloria's pissed. Aww. Using the Force? Kind of. So, to explain what just happened, Lynn is now the current the mother. Breaking the mind control, Lynn has become stronger. So, Lynn is now Mother Acherontia.
I told you, stop. Stop it. No. No.
Right, Siphon? Also, I didn't notice anything about Elise. I just kind of thought some rant Gloria just kind of popped in here. That makes so much more sense. That's even more the degrees it messed up. Anyway, you guys ever play Dead by Daylight? Only chamber for the head. She's trying her best, Erna. It's not very good. So, we have to kill Gloria now. We get to play as Wyman, also known as Porcelain. I don't know why they call him Porcelain, because Porcelain just refers to, you know, the technical leader. He doesn't really refer to specifically Wyman, so Wyman makes more sense, but I guess Porcelain's cooler. Anyway, that's the way this section works, that Gloria will randomly go to rooms. You need to follow her, and really, you just need to make sure she goes along the path. It's kind of an auto-scroller, but it's also a bit RNG. You'll want to make sure you don't go too close, because she'll try shooting.
Many others. She can't help us.
In the meantime, you just want to beat the shit out of her, too.
You shouldn't have done that.
She'll give cool dialogue, but not much there. Right? Clearly, Dead by Daylight's gonna get Remothered DLC.
They fooled themselves into believing that she could have helped us.
By the way, that mashing with the gun, it happens every time.
Why are you doing this to me?
I actually don't know why she's saying Jennifer, by the way, because Lynn's the one controlling, but nah. Thanks, Nate Rocker.
I can feel it. There's no way out.
It ends when we get here. We have one more room. By the way, you can just slap.
Did you hit me? No!
See, you're punching her. We're giving her the bone, if you know what we're saying. The music in this game is easily one of the best parts. Who's working on gens? Apparently not Gloria. She's looping the killer, or trying to. Slap!
No!
Dejin tunneling killer? She's the only survivor left. What am I gonna do? Not tunnel her? That'd be funny, Wombat. They actually did this just to get a DVD tie-in, but I mean... He'd be kind of the Wraith, though. I mean, Elder Monkey mentioned he's kind of already like both the Blight and the Wraith. Also, weirdly enough, you can do this as Wyman. I don't know why they let you, but you can vault. Like, I'm not sure why they programmed him opening things, but they did. They just left it in. Anyway, here we go. Ah, yes, that's why.
You're not like them.
You used to be my sister.
Yeah, so that is Elise. That's totally Elise. You're right, chat.
You did it. You.
Also, Gloria now gets the Bone Sword, which she'll be using in Remothered Tormented
Lynn.
Fathers later on.
We have to go.
Or when. But I won't be satisfied until you'll all be dead.
Lynn,
I'll
we have to
start
go.
by killing your parents, Celeste.
So there you go. Oh, that kind of extends more of it. Anyway, remember this guy? Here's Ashman.
Promise me that you'll put an end to this.
I'm not going to promise anything.
That you'll
That
put
one's
an end to
confusing.
all of this.
You'll see more and more. I'll explain any question. I'll do a little Q&A at the end.
Promise me. Okay. I know that shortly after she returned to her parents, the Feltons, but things got out of hand. And you know, Gloria kept her promise. Her thirst for revenge was not quenched. But Jennifer managed to run away. I know that she's somewhere in Sweden now. She writes. She's a writer or something like that. Her publications are signed under a pen name.
How many other people?
What do you mean?
Pay attention.
Successfully found that Jennifer and brought her to the Ashman Inn. How many before her? How many girls did you suspect to be the mother Acherontia? To then end up living under Porcelain's mercy? How many?
They were simple mistakes.
Happy accidents.
How many simple mistakes?
14. 14 altogether.
So, in the meantime, while they're looking for Celeste Felton, they end up taking a lot of people in who they thought were Celeste Felton, or Jennifer. So there were 14 other Jennifers they kidnapped before they found Celeste. You're actually given dialogue options at the end. It doesn't matter what you pick, you get the same result, but saving him is kind of canon, I would assume. It feels more in character.
To suffer by living in agony. As
Correct,
I
Boop.
did for the past 19 years.
I should be mentioned he wants to die.
Whore! You promised!
He wants to die because that means currently he's been hypnotized by, I think, Wyman at this point. I actually don't know who the current Queen Bee would be, but I'm pretty sure it goes defaults back to Wyman. Good for you, Wyman. Good for you. Whatever you do, you end up here anyway, so it just goes here. We're pretty much at the end of the game. Like, there's very minimal we have to do left. We'll watch the full end of it, but I hope you enjoyed it so far. Also, if it wasn't clear this was Lynn before, there you go. Wyman died in a fire. Porcelain still lives. Wyman didn't die in the fire, technically. He's, like, still alive. It's really weird in the way they do it, Night Sparrow. Because Wyman, come on, Wyman attacked Lynn in the modern this time. He was merely pretending to be dead. It's really weird. Correct, pretending to be dead and on fire. Also, here's the end of the girls. Well, kind of. The young girls.
Attention. Please step away from the security line.
Lynn,
Exactly, Minamio.
I can't. You heard what Gloria said earlier on. I have to go back.
Saving this faster, because you just skip all the cutscenes. You don't have to watch these. We can skip these.
I'll be there. I promise.
Correct.
Promise me.
I promise.
There you go. Yay! They did it. Anyway, this is going to be sad because, well,
This is yours.
Celeste has to go back home.
Name for a violin. Read Rosemary.
Red Rosemary.
Also, this is where Rosemary Reed comes from. There you go, because they love each other. Love wins. So the reason why Jennifer's not going with Lynn
Excuses for missing the performance.
is because Gloria threatened to murder her family. And she wants to make sure Gloria can't do that.
Each other at the top of the world.
It is cute, but hold on. They really should have killed Gloria. This would have saved so many issues. Like, there's no... I don't know why they didn't kill Gloria. That's actually correct. Yes, they should have.
I returned to my parents the following day. The Feltons. Gloria followed me shortly after. She managed to subdue them. She got her revenge. I ran away again.
Everyone else died,
leaving
Kosov.
everything behind.
Kind of. Or do you mean on the train? They're
I'm
chilling.
sure that if I hadn't, she would have killed me.
Was just left there waiting for you.
This is a prequel and a sequel.
Madam.
It's both.
How did you come to know about this whole story? Did Rosemary, Lynn, try to contact you?
No.
She didn't. I think that as long as she knew that I was safe, and I had forgotten everything, nothing else mattered to her.
But this doesn't explain everything else.
It happened last year.
Correct, Wombat. And technically, this is also the sequel, because the old lady
Yes.
is at the beginning of Remothered Tormented Fathers. Also, iPhone.
Who are you?
I'm calling on behalf of Miss Lindsay. She is very weak now and has asked to see you.
So, the big twist is... Madame Svenska. Well, this is the old lady from the beginning of Tormented Fathers. Here you go. Enjoy.
Chen.
Here you go. Now they get to be old lesbians together.
She left the following day.
True tumultuous.
Ashman was right when he said Lynn was Wyman's inheritance, and the only thing that he left her was his Alzheimer. This is from her.
kind of wombat. Well, we've done that before. We also did all cutscenes for the first one. So, kind of briefly going on to everything, we have a book here. As you see, it's The Top of the World, the song that they wrote together, and a rose. And you're going to be seeing a lot of Milk Carton A, thank you for follow, Missing Girls. This is going to be represented with the 14 Jennifers that they ended up finding. We'll talk more about what happens at the end of this, but first I just want to mention, essentially what happens is old people were, finally able to get together, but the problem is apparently Lynn may be related to Wyman and inherited Wyman's Alzheimer's. So Lynn has Alzheimer's, and it's really tragic, because while they get to, share the memory, they don't really get to do it. Madam Svenska from the, first game, his entire time has actually been Jennifer. Jennifer's the one narrating the entire story to us, as she's been telling us, of both Tormented Fathers and of Broken Porcelain. God. Anyway, let's read through. You'll be able to look through all the Milk Carton girls and kind of how they have. You can look at their stories. Some of them, if you don't find them throughout the game, you can still see what they have, but this is representative of the Milk Cartons you found throughout the game, because these are all the missing girls. And you'll kind of see this is every girl who is assumed to be Jennifer Felton or Celeste Felton, because they needed her to break the trance that they're put under. And we'll be getting to the back one in a moment, and the run ends once you're on the final page. Sounds good, Wonders. Take it easy.
Older sister. My older sister. I was only 2 years old when by now she would have been 64. 64 years old.
She was one of the other Jennifers. One of the 14 gone missing. Kidnapped, killed, before they successfully found the right one. Me. Lynn never managed to come to terms with it. For all these years,
yeah,
she held on to my memories, her own,
80 minutes
and
of
those
cutscenes,
of the
goddamn.
other victims.
Correct. The last one is the always there. That's how you know you're done. No, the POV is the brother of
Many times,
Rachel Manny.
hoping that maybe one day my memories might resurface.
You guys ever watched the movie Titanic? You know how, like, there's a whole story involved and stuff happens, but, like, the actual plot of Titanic as a whole is that you have an expedition team looking for, like, the gem of the ocean, and they're listening to an old woman tell stories in order to get that information. This is akin to that when you have an old woman telling about the time she really wanted to fuck another woman, but the information he's trying to get is what the fuck happened to his sister. That is what Remothered Broken Porcelain is. It's Titanic. That is the actual thing. If you need to discuss in any way, it is the guy, the Manny guy, looking for his sister. And he's listening to an old woman talk about how she was getting her dick wet. Or, you know, I guess the equivalent of that.
Theater.
I'm sorry to break up the sentimental moment, but that's just the brief summary for the ending it. There you go, Boop. That one works. So, the way the game likely ends up ending is... It's the third game, I'm assuming, will probably be based on Manny by this result. Thank you for the follow. The third game will likely be based on Manny, who were, you know, the guy who he was interviewing the entire time. This kind of wraps up both Tormented Fathers and Broken Porcelain together, and Madame Senska's and Celeste's story. There's really not much more that you can be told outside of maybe what happens to Celeste when she goes to Sweden, but it sounds like she was just kind of chilling and writing books. I'm honestly imagining the place they end up going is either Rachel Manny or just Manny in general, trying to figure out what the hell happened to his sister. And so obviously there's a reason why he's trying to find her. I mean, I guess you're, you know, missing children case. But the way Remothered 3 likely happens is follow up on Manny's side of the story, and it'll also kind of talk about what happened to the other Jennifers. Oh, also, yeah, possibly the plantation. Although, in all honesty, we kind of learn about what happened there. There's not much more outside of, well, they got drugged and then they burned it down. We kind of know Gloria's story too, since that also gets wrapped up. So, in the end, we know about Gloria, we know about Manny, we know about Celeste, we learn about Wyman, we learn about every single person. It does wrap up quite a lot. The only real question that gets answered or left with is, what's Manny want and how is he going to get it? We don't know if she's dead. They're assuming they killed her, but I'm assuming they're probably going to go somewhere with that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed Remothered Broken Porcelain. This game obviously got a little bit better, but it still has issues as a whole. Even watching this, you can see it's like Abdul-Jabbar and then nearly cutting out. That still happens, but I mean, this game's getting better. I feel like over time, maybe it'll become a reasonable game, kind of like Tormented Fathers. But I'm just mostly happy they fixed collision. Collision's the big thing. Also, if you're using this as a tutorial to guide your way, I hope this helped you. But, yeah, thanks for watching this. And if you end up watching this on YouTube, remember to like the video, rate, comment, and subscribe. Because that's what you say when you're on YouTube.